Welcome, one and all. In light of all the 13th sign controversy out there, I feel this is redundant to say at this point, but I am getting a lot of questions and comments. So let's just nip this in the bud. First of all, this is just a case of people believing what they see on the internet. And I even question if NASA really did make these discoveries. I'm going to leave a great article in the description below if you would like to read it. It kind of accents some of these points that I'll make. But number one, this is really just a huge misunderstanding between people's understanding of astrology. There's no 13th sign, and there is no sign shifts. When people follow sidereal astrology, they speak of the relationship between the constellations and how that affects one's consciousness. What people need to understand is that there's a difference between zodiac constellations and zodiac signs. So you have these people who apparently think they know about the stars, mistaking the constellations for the actual zodiac signs we use. The zodiac constellations are stars in the skies, were named by finite human beings. The actual system of astrology with the signs incorporate the precession of the equinoxes, the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. What makes Aries Aries is not when it's in the constellation of Aries. As we have been told, the movement due to the wobble of the earth makes this thing move. What makes Aries Aries is when the sun is at the highest point of the vernal equinox. As the sun moves across the ecliptic through these tropics of Cancer and Capricorn, we experience the seasons. Will you ever see 5 seasons? No, because every year, faithfully, the sun always travels the same way. This is what we base the zodiac signs on. This is why there is no 13th sign. The sun goes through the constellation of Fucus, but there is no sign of Fucus. There's a difference, once again, between a constellation and a sign. The sun will always, at the vernal equinox, raise at the highest height. And it marks in the northern hemisphere when there is the most day and the least night. When the sun is at this highest period, we call it 0 degrees Aries. And because faithfully the sun moves 30 degrees every sign, and of course 4 signs every season, once again, this is what we base this off of. This is what makes someone a 3rd degree Aries sun when their sun is in 3rd degrees in that sign. Sign, you don't see signs. This is spiritual. Constellations were named after signs. They're trying to make you people feel that, back in the day, astrologers didn't want 13 or more signs, so they cut it down to 12 to be convenient. That couldn't be farther from the truth. If anything, it was the other way around. They tried to accommodate the constellations for the signs. They tried to accommodate the signs for the constellations and apply the system of 12 to the multiple they had until they realized that they were wrong for basing it on constellations. The Babylonians were wrong, and they actually realized the science behind the precession of the equinoxes. But this is where things get annoying, because if you look at these articles, they're trying to make it sound like, oh, this is a new finding, this is a new discovery. They have been recycling this bullshit since 1995 because BBC needed some popularity. They needed their astronomy section to be bumping, and so they put this shit out. And then they've been recycling it in 2001, and then they brought it back like a couple years ago. And they always say each time a new startling discovery about some BS, which isn't new, it isn't startling, and it's just completely disinformative. So If your friends keep asking if there's a 13th sign, if your friends keep asking, oh, your sign shifted, chances are they're trying to be petty and discredit your belief in what you believe. You don't even owe them an explanation, because if they really wanted to know, they could study about their moon signs. They can study about midheavens. Stop letting people who don't even know what a Mercury sign is confuse you. All right? Your sign did not change. If you're a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, you may be influenced by the constellation Ophiuchus, but you are not that sign. You are your sign that you were born. The only thing that you can argue about your sign shifting is progressed charts. I'm a Gemini. I was born when the sun was in Gemini, but right now my progressed sun is in Cancer. So my sign kind of shifted. I'm still a Gemini though, but I'm learning Cancer lessons. But as far as the whole constellation BS, don't let it ruin your day. Don't let it affect you. Mercury is out of retrograde, y'all. Let's just leave this in the past. I guarantee you in a couple of years when Mercury goes retrograde again, they're going to bring back this BS. But now you know. Let's recap the precession of the equinoxes. If anyone wants to look at you seriously, whether they're a Vedic astrologer, whether they're a sidereal astrologer, whether they're a skeptic, Bill Nye. Do you know how established Bill Nye is as a scientist? And he's out here telling people your sign has changed because the sun is in a constellation. And it's like, bro, you know more astronomy than me. How do you not know about the precession of the equinoxes? How do you not know when it's the winter equinox, which is why we even call them equinoxes? And there's more night than there is more day. And what do we call that? Capricorn. Okay, that's how we get the signs, people. So I hope this sheds some light. Share it to whoever needs to know. Let's nip this in the bud. Hashtag there is no 13th sign. Hashtag your sign has not changed. Let's just nip this in the bud, y'all. Peace.